Hi everybody, Leah here with your 2025 card reading. If you haven't already, head over to Amazon and get the 2025 journal. This is the year to wrap it up. It is a 9 year, so you're completing anything that's unfinished. If you've had projects that you've wanted to do for a while or something on your bucket list that you just never get around to, then this is a year to do it. In the journal, we will help you to set goals for the year, what you want to achieve, and then every month you have the theme of the month. There's an oil that supports you through that, and it will help you to stick to your goals. It's designed to be really quick and easy. I know myself, if it's too hard, I think I'll do that when I've got the time to sit down and do it, and then you just never get that time. And so the whole idea of this journal is to make it really quick and simple so that you can just spend half an hour at the beginning of each month to really check in with where you've been, if you're still on track, looking at any blocks that you have to success, and then giving you practical ways to actually address those so that you can resolve anything standing in your way to allow you to wrap it all up this year and be really ready for 2026 when it comes around. So if you haven't already, go to Amazon, buy the journal. It'll be a big help. Now, the other great thing that I launched in 2024, which I'm very excited about, is the Weight, Happiness and Health in Perimenopause class. This is helpful if you've already gone through menopause or if you're just struggling with weight issues. It includes a lot of different information because it's not one size fits all when it comes to managing your weight and your happiness and your health. And so there's lots of different tools in there for you. There's webinars, we have interactive Zoom sessions, and it's just, a community of women supporting women. So head over to leahlloyd.com and sign up to that if you're interested in that. So let's get started on the year to wrap it up. Okay, so we're going to start by drawing 3 cards for 2024 to see what you need to finalize this year. And then at the end of the reading, we will draw another 3 cards for 2025 to see, just something that you need to be conscious of. Now, interestingly, while I was shuffling 2 of the decks, the 5 of Cups jumped out of both. And so that is a card of reminding you not to focus on the worst, to really draw on your emotional strength. And so that might be something that is a theme for everybody this year. It might be just a couple of you, but if you are someone who is really worrying about an outcome right now and really focusing on the worst, then you're being reminded to kind of flip that on its head and instead, use your tapping, use the skills you have to process what it is you're worried about so that you can then start to focus on the positive. Alrighty, so we want 3 cards for 2024. So you're going to choose card 1, 2, or 3. And then 2025, choose card 1, 2, or 3. And then we're going to look at 2 cards for every month. And these cards are mine. Oh. So first we're going to do the three cards for 2024. So card number one is purification. So some of you, you can even see that, some of you might be going on some kind of health kick as you see out the year. So it might be that, one of your goals this year was to lose weight or to get in shape or to just be healthier. And so this is sort of your reminder to get that done before the year is out. For others, it might be you giving up certain substances that aren't good for you. You might be quitting smoking. You might be giving up alcohol. And for others of us, this is a purification of thoughts. You might have a lot of old stuff in your head, old relationships, old hurts. And it's like, you can't take that into the future. Otherwise, it's going to continue to affect you. So I feel like for some of you, this is you going, yep, it's time. I have to deal with this. I have to wash it away. It needs to go. And you're clearing that from your body, from your mind. Card number two is the card of action. So if you haven't yet if you haven't yet achieved a goal for this year, it's not too late. You've still got time to do it. And even if you don't accomplish it this year, just taking that action, really committing to doing it, it's okay to take that into next year, into 2025, because that is the year to finalize everything. So start taking the action, really get clear on what it is that you want to achieve. And for some of you, I feel like this year there has been a lot of blocks. There's been a lot of things standing in your way of achieving that. But find that inner resolve. And that's probably where that Five of Cups is coming in as well. That, there's a lot going on. I just cannot focus on me because, everything else is taking my time. So it's really making that inner commitment to you to go, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this for me because it's something I really want or need, and that's happening. The third card is diligence. So a little bit similar in taking action, but for me, this one is it's more about the actual commitment than the action. And it's doing, action is taking like physical steps to get things done. For me, this feels more like an internal thing. So it's working through those emotions, processing those old experiences and feelings, and it's being open to a new way of looking at things. So hopefully they have helped. So January, we have the King of Cups and we have the Hermit. So I think in January, you're going to be doing a little bit of soul searching. And January is the month of getting started for the year. It's a 1 month, obviously. And so it's really you taking control of your emotions, how you react to things, how you're feeling about things, and then really sort of looking within and going, okay, how do I want to move forward with this? How do I want to resolve these things? And it's really removing the external chatter and focusing on your own inner wisdom. You know what is best for you. You may have a lot of other people with different opinions. And so sometimes you need to withdraw from that so that you can make the best choices for you moving forward. So January is going to be a month of getting clear on what you want, how you're going to go about it, and then getting ready to pursue that. February is a month of rest and reflect. And we have Three of Michael here, and we have the Two of Cups. So there's growth here. There's a lot of growth here. And so when we take that time to rest and reflect, we give ourselves the space that we need to let go of any old hurts from the past. You can sort of look at it then, those experiences. And I'm not saying any of those experiences are good, but often we can take something good from it, whether it's a lesson or, a form of growth. I feel like for some of you, there is a loss here, maybe not a recent one. I feel like this is an old loss that you've been really holding on to. It's been really hard to let go of, and probably with some soul connection. So this could be the loss of a partner, a parent, a child. Yeah, it's really asking you now to not, you don't forget, but to sort of process the pain that's associated with it so that it doesn't continue to influence the rest of your life. Now, for others of you, and this is Feb's Valentine's month, I feel like there's old relationships that you're either holding on to or you're finding it hard to trust again. If you can work through that and let that go, then there's a new relationship here. For others, you're taking relationships to a whole new level. You're really connecting with someone on a soul-based spirit level. It's a real spiritual connection. So this is really nice. So this is sort of going to mean different things for different people. Some of you will just take a combo of all of it. But releasing the past is really, really important in Feb. So March, we're going to I balance my body, mind, and spirit. You have the Eight of Michael. You have the Knight of Swords here. So you're taking action. There is the opportunity here for some freedom, but you are going to have to be really courageous to do that, to achieve that. And it's almost like if you don't make the choice to change your life, then nothing can change. And so this is really you, again, getting very clear on what you want, how you're going to get it, and then taking action towards it. But this needs to be really aligned action. So that Knight of Swords is like sometimes you can be like a bit of a bull at a gate, but that's not what this is asking from you. This is you taking that time to really, connect into body, mind, and spirit. Okay, what do I want to do here? What is the healthiest way to do it? So don't sort of be reactive to a situation. Take your time to actually sit, think about it, see things clearly. It may be for some of you that information comes into you this month that really, upsets you or makes you angry, or, you're thinking that something was not what you thought it was. But this is asking you to take a step back because that's only one bit of information. It's not the whole picture, and that may be someone's opinion. That may not even be accurate. So really just giving yourself that time, tuning in what actually feels true for you, what is going to make you happy moving forward, and then make your decisions from there. So then we're going to April. April is a month of getting it done. And you have the Five of Cups there. Now we also have the Devil card, and that's a card that flew out on the floor while I was shuffling, which is kind of interesting because the Five of Cups flew out twice while I was shuffling, and then the card that's partnered with it flew out. So I think this is going to mean different things for different people. So for some of you, you're holding on to old hurts still. It's time to process those, let it go, look for any reason in it that you can find. For some of you, the devil took over. So you may have done things that you weren't proud of, that you wish you hadn't, that you wish you could take back, but you can't, obviously. There could be a lot of regret and guilt here. You're being asked to work through that. Everybody makes mistakes. We're human. What counts is then what you do about it. So if you have learnt from that, if you have made amends as best as you can, if you really do feel like you've done everything in your power to fix whatever happened, then it's time to let it go. And that may be that you are walking away from relationships, friendships, situations, because at the end of the day, that's the only reasonable outcome. But you don't have to hold on to that guilt forever, is what it's telling you. Okay. And, look, the devil could be here. This could be happening this month. There could be temptation there to do something isn't right. And some of you might be doing that out of a sense of regret or guilt, or I don't deserve good things. So if that's you, please work through those so that you don't kind of make matters worse for yourself. All right, moving into May. May is a month of I choose freedom. You have the Ace of Ariel, which is your Ace of Pentacles. And you have the Four of Pentacles here, or coins, depending on what your deck you're using. All right, so you've got a new beginning here with money, and that is going to allow you to have that freedom that you were looking for. Now, this is going to be baby steps. I think you're going to be saving your money, and this isn't from a place of fear or lack, but it's like, yeah, okay, these resources are coming in, and it may not, it doesn't have to be money. This could be all of a sudden you've got extra time. It might be all of a sudden you have more support. So you might employ a second person to help you. You might be getting help around the house, something like that. It may be that, that financial support is there to allow you to then do those things. For others, it could be a promotion that's bringing in extra money. You might get a new job in May. It might just be that a project you've been working on, so a hobby or a side job is really taking off, and that is bringing in this wealth to allow you to now make those changes. So you are being asked, make really sensible decisions. This is the beginning. You sort of want to look at the long game here. So don't go and sort of spend all of that money and then go, oh God, actually, I needed some of that to do these other things to keep that momentum going. Now it's gone. So this is really, it's not coming from a place of lack. It's really just coming from a sensible place of, yeah, these resources are coming in. Let's use them wisely and put some aside for when we need them. And that's a good thing. In June, it's a month of I follow my heart. You have the hangman here. And we have the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords is taking some time out before you move on to the next thing. So it feels like, you've achieved a lot. Now is the time to just pause, reflect, and look at everything from, all the possible perspectives that are there, because something really good is going to come out of this and it's going to take off. But you want to make sure you're on track when you do that. So this is really you tuning in to yourself, checking in here and say, okay, what feels right here? Am I still on track with where I wanted to head? And you'll find in your journal, there's a mid-year check-in, and we go through our goals and really just see, are our goals still the same? They may change. You might have set goals in January that by June, you're like, actually, that's not really what I want now. So you might be reflecting on those and changing them. You might want to go in a whole different direction. As long as you're being true to you, basically, is what it's telling you, then you're free to do whatever you like. So July is the month of luck is on my side. We have the Six of Cups here, and we have the Nine of Swords. You've got a lot of swords for the year. So this is going to be a really important year of communication, of ideas, new ideas, and acting on those. But you want to bring in the second card with those. So it feels like here you're moving away from something, you're avoiding something. But with the Six of Cups there, okay, this could be two things. So I think those old hurts might be resurfacing, and someone from your past is coming back in. It may be that that person comes in with an apology or an explanation, that you can sort of see things then from a different point of view, and that's going to free you up to allow you to move on from it. For others, I feel like you're looking back on something with really, the rosy colored glasses on, and then all of a sudden you're getting this new information coming in that's like, actually, no, that how I remember it actually wasn't how it is. So now I can let that go and move on from it. And for others, I feel like this is going to be someone, it could be someone coming to your life. This could be just you letting go of that old stuff and finding that joy and passion and excitement in life again. It doesn't even have to involve another person. But I feel like there will be some kind of information coming in that allows you to see things in a different way. And so something you have been running from, all of a sudden you realize you don't actually need to do that anymore. So then we move into August. August is my success is limitless. You have the Seven of Michael here. You have the Three of Pentacles. All right, so you're celebrating. Three of Pentacles is really nice. You're working together with other people to create something amazing. So it might be in August you bring on more help. It might be that you collaborate with another person. Working alone is not probably the ideal here, because everyone that you involve in this project is going to bring something different to the table, and you need all of those aspects in order to make this really successful. So while you might be feeling in August that you need to be in charge of everything, you need to hold everything very close to you and not allow others to help, because it's kind of like, this is my baby and I don't want anyone to get in and wreck things up. You're being asked to just, consider allowing other people in, because the path you are on could be a much longer, harder path that may not get you to where you want to go. But if you bring in other people, and this is bringing in like-minded people, people who do work together, work as a team. So be really, what's the word I want? Be very, I can't think of it. But anyway, choose those people wisely. But if you get those right people, then this is really going to turn things around for you in August, and you're going to create something really quite amazing. Then in September, September is the month, this is my before and after. And so this is when, when you look back at an experience or an event, and it's like before this and after this, like certainly the pandemic, everyone I talk to, when they're trying to remember things or they're talking about things, they're like, oh yeah, that was before that, or, that's been after that. So it's going to be, I'm not saying it's going to be anything like that. I feel like this is more of a personal change, but this is a moment in time that you will look back and say, this was before and this was after. That's a real turning point. Now you have the Ace of Raphael, but you also have the Three of Swords. So this is really, they're kind of contradictory. You have, this hurt that something wasn't the way you thought it was, or someone's really, like stabbed you in the back. But this could be old. And this Ace of Raphael here is a new positive emotional experience. This can be a new relationship. This can be developing your psychic gifts more, your intuition. Something has to be let go to allow that to happen. So if there is something you're holding on to really tightly, and this could be, for some of you, I feel like maybe this is something that you believe about yourself, a way that you define yourself. And often, people will say to you, oh, yes, she's a really whatever. I feel like you're letting that part of your identity go. And, ego death is a huge thing. So this could be a really significant month of emotional upheaval, but it has to happen. So how you get through it is what is going to be really important. So you need to take good care of yourself in this and really do the work, like allow yourself to feel it, allow yourself to process it, allow yourself to recognize if things have been wrong or if you've been hurt or hard done by, that it wasn't fair, but allow that to come out, because there is something so much better there for you, but you have to create that space to allow that to come in. Then we move into October. October is a month of feeling good. Now, interestingly, we have the Nine of Wands here, and we have the Five of Ariel. Neither of these cards are particularly about feeling good, but I think you will find good in what is there. So for some of you, I feel like the month will be really good. It's it really feels to me like there is good energy here. I feel like with these cards, you are finding that support and that help in other people. And so while things might have been difficult, people come out and they help you. They offer you financial support. They might be offering you, if something's going on, they might be cooking you meals and just bringing those to you. Here, this one less thing you have to worry about. It might be that, there's a windfall of some kind. So while that may not, like it could be inheritance. So while there's a lot of, upset and sadness here, and that could be what's happening in September, there's silver linings, and you're allowing yourself to focus on those silver linings. Your mindset will go a long way to determining whether good comes out of this or if it becomes destructive. And so I think that's this reminder here with this Nine of Wands, that you get a big say in what is happening here, not so much in the external environment, but in how you react, how you respond, how you choose to move forward. You do have help here. You do have support. Sometimes you have to look up and see it. November is the month of the choice is mine, which follows on really nicely from that. So you have the Five of Michael, and we have the Empress here. So this is something new. You're starting something really new. You're letting go of that old. And, it's like that has been the theme of the whole year, which is really interesting. Let's wrap it up. It's, it tracks. So this is you again. It's not so much, I feel like you've already sort of done the work here. This is more that new beginning of really opening up, okay, I'm going to look at the positives. I'm going to work through those. I'm going to do something here about this. I'm going to take all of this experience and I'm going to turn it into something great. I feel like that's what you're doing here. There is a lot of nurturing. There's a lot of creativity. There's, a fresh start here for you, but looking at things in a way you'd never thought possible before. So it's really important in November to own your power in this situation. Really, really important. I can't sort of say that enough. And December, it's a month of celebration. It's telling you to celebrate. Now, very excitingly, you have the Ace of Swords and you also have the Ace of Wands. So, this is and you will have noticed that 2 wanted to come out for that month. There are new beginnings here. And you have the Knight of Gabriel. So the Knight of Gabriel is really you taking action. You're excited about something. You're really gaining your confidence. You're enthusiastic. You may be stepping out of your comfort zone here, but you're following your intuition. You know that this is the right path for you and you're going to go after it. So it could be that there's a new idea here. Something comes into your mind and it just brings that passion with it. And you're like, yeah, without a doubt, I know this is the path I need to follow, which is perfect going into 2026 because that's a 1 year and it's going to be the start of a new cycle for you. So really, really loving those December cards. That's exciting. So do the work this year because this year can be a year of absolutely changing your life, ready for your new beginning. So the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Michael. This is telling you that everything will be better if you make a decision. So if you find yourself this year overanalyzing, butting heads with other people, so this can be that finding a compromise, but it might be that you need to step away and walk away and letting go of those things, which we've already talked about heaps. We also have the Seven of Cups here. So this is a card of lots of options, lots of opportunities. Discernment was the word that I wanted, and you're going to use that here to really look at everything that's happening. And it might be that there's so many ways of moving forward that you don't know what to do, and so you kind of become stuck and you stop. This is where you want to connect to your intuition. You want to go into that heart space, go, what actually feels good? Spend a bit of time just sitting with each of those options and then working out, you can have a scale of 1 to 10. Write down all of your options, sit with it, go, 10 feels absolutely amazing, 1 feels pretty crap. Where do I sit on here? If I follow this path, what does that feel like? You might go, okay, that's a 4. Do that for each thing. You will quickly see which options are really standing out to you that you are passionate about. They may not be the ones that are logical. I'm asking you here to really feel into that. And, there might be paths you think, well, I really should do that because that is sensible for whatever reason. But it's like, which one actually makes me excited? Which one can I imagine myself doing for the next 20 years? And that's going to help you to choose which way you go. Alrighty, so your 3 cards for 2025. Card number 1 was relaxation. So really, really important. When you were doing all of this work, and particularly there's a lot of emotional, difficult work happening here, remember to take your time out within all of that because you need that energy to do this work, but you also need that time to allow you to connect. So relaxation, if you pick card number 1, is going to be really important for you this year. That might be that you schedule in going to a yoga class every week, a meditation class. It might be that you go, you know what, I'm going to read a book every month this year. It might be that you are going to spend time with someone really important to you, that you have that downtime with someone that you really get along well with. This could be a really, a trusted friend that you just, that soul connection there. And it might be, you know what, let's every Friday, let's just meet for a quick coffee, have a chat, and that can really help to get you both relaxed and ready. So whatever that means for you, make sure you follow through on it. Card number 2 is the card of delight. So there is going to be a lot of success in this month, in this year for a lot of you. Find the joy, find the excitement in things, really look for the good in everything that's happening. But there's going to be a lot of things happening that you're like, oh, wow, that's really exciting. That makes me feel really good. So really, follow your bliss with that. And then the third card is the card of wisdom. This is you're going to do a lot of growing, a lot of spiritual growth in 2025, and you're going to develop a lot of wisdom throughout this. You've also, don't forget, you've got that hermit card, and he has a lot of wisdom, and that's in January. And so for some of you, I really feel like you're going to take that wisdom and you're going to weave that throughout the year, and that's what's going to get you to this fantastic December. So I really hope that helps. Make sure you check in throughout the year, see where you're at. When you're doing the journal, even come back and watch the month's reading. There will be a card reading every month in addition to this. So follow that on YouTube. But this can be a fantastic year. It's the year to wrap it up, to do the work, to really get on track for where you want to go for your next cycle in life. So head over to Amazon, buy the journal, and I look forward to interacting with you throughout the year. So have a fantastic 2025. Bye.